Hi everyone, welcome to the Explorer. Today we will look at grammar.
Take out your grammar book 1. Today we will do a revision on the 3 types of tenses that you have learned. The simple present tense, simple past tense, and the present continuous tense. Forms of verbs. Write these 3 words into your exercise book. Forms of verbs. Okay, please read together with me. Verbs means 动词. So afterwards, you can take a look at the different types of verbs. When we talk about different time, the verb changes. Okay, so 那个动词就会换的，会变的。当我们讲不同的时间的时候，你就会看到那个动词会换的。Okay, now let's take a look at the first one, the first type, where we call it the simple present tense. And the verb is with S and without the S. So take a look at the verb first. Do and does. So 有 S 跟没有 S 的动词，所以这个是第一种的。Alright, okay, and we use it for habitual action and affect. So what is habitual action? 时常发生。Affect is 一个事实。Okay, so you can actually copy this. Number 1, these words right into your exercise book now. Number 1, simple present tense, leave a line, habitual action, affect, and write the verb do, does. You can even write the Chinese wordings there if you want. Okay, now let's take a look at examples of sentences showing the simple present tense. Number 1. I do my homework every night. Okay, so this sentence is habitual action. Now, how do you know that this sentence is habitual action? Every night. Yes. Okay, the phrase every night, 每个晚上，就跟我们讲是时常发生的。Therefore, you need to use the simple present tense. And simple present tense talk about the verb with S or without the S. See, so I do. So of course you remember, I, you, we, they, do, he, she, it, one, does. So that's why your answer is I do my homework every night. That's habitual action. Okay, let's take a look at one more sentence before you copy both the sentences. Yeah. Okay, B. Look at B. My mother does all the household chores. And this sentence is a fact. 一个事实，我妈妈做全部家务。Household chores. Okay, read as household chores means 家务. Okay, so my mother does all the household chores is a fact, and you need to use the simple present tense. Why use does and not do? The subject is my mother. That is a singular subject. So singular subject, use a singular verb with S. He, she, it, one, does with S. Okay? Alright, so that's for number 1. Simple present tense. So what I want you to do is you're going to copy sentence A and B into your exercise book. Okay, so you don't have to leave line. 不用空行写 A 跟 B. Okay, pause, 停一下, copy before you go on to number 2. Number 2 is simple past tense. Simple past tense is used to show past action. And take a look at the verb do. 刚才那个 do, does. What is the past tense of do? Did. D-I-D. Okay, and you use did to show past action. 过去的事. See, so I told you earlier, 不同的时间 那个动词就要换了。So in this case, we are talking about 过去的事 that's past action. Therefore, the verb has to be changed. So you can't use do or does anymore. You need to use did. Let's take a look at the sentence. Okay, do you want to copy the sentence first? Okay, so copy, leave a line. Copy number 2, simple past tense. Copy past action did. Okay, you want to write the Chinese wordings. All right, after that, take a look at A. Sentence A. She did her homework in the library just now. So is this sentence a past action sentence? Yes. How do you know? The verb, the phrase just now. Okay, so just now 是刚才过去了. So therefore, when you use the verb, you have to use did. You cannot use does. You have to use the past tense verb. She did her homework in the library just now. And one more. B. They did very well in the exam last month. See, last month, 3个月也是过去的事了. So, you need a past tense verb. They did very well. They did very well in the exam. Exam is 考试. Did very well 就是考得很好的意思. So they did very well in the exam last month. So answer did. You cannot use do or you can't use does. Okay, so you can copy these 2 sentences into your exercise book A and B. Please do not leave lines. Now you leave a line. Number 3, the third one, which is called the present continuous tense, and it is used to show action happening now. 现在正在发生. Okay, and the verb is MR, doing. See, the verb now is with ing form. So earlier you have do, does, did, now doing. And you need to use is, am, and are in front of the verb doing. Okay, and I hope you can remember who use am, are, and is. I am, you are, we are, they are. And I used to say Toto are. He is, she is, it is, Sao Sao is. Okay, so please remember is, am, are. You can only use one. 不可以用全部的一个罢了. Okay, if you say I, then you say I am doing. You say she is doing. They are doing. Okay, alright. So action happening now means 现在正在. So you take a look at the sentence. Alright, sentence A. Peter and his friends are doing their homework in the classroom now. Okay, so check and see. This sentence is about action happening now. 所以它是讲现在正在 Peter 跟他的朋友现在正在 classroom 做功课，他们现在正在 So your answer should be Peter and his friends, subject, verb, are doing their homework in the classroom now. Okay, so such sentence, if you look at this sentence, you find that they are talking about 现在正在. So you cannot use did. You can't say Peter and his friends did their homework in the classroom now. No. 因为不同的时间的，这个时间是现在的，所以如果现在的话就要用 is am are 加那个动词有 ing. One more B. My mother is doing yoga in the room now. See, again, you see the word now. So even if you don't use the word now, you say my mother is doing yoga in the room, we know that she is doing it now. 她是现在正在的。为什么知道？因为它有 is, am, are with ing. So my mother is doing yoga in the room now. 瑜伽 okay, so 现在 exercise, the type of exercise. So my mother is doing yoga in the room now. Okay, so copy these two sentences 不用空行啊 A and B into your exercise book. Last part, leave a line, write base form 原本的字 okay, base form verbs means the verb without the s, no ing, no past tense 就是原本的字了。Okay, so 每一次看到这些 auxiliary words like can, could, will, would, shall, should, do, does, did, may, must, might, ought to, need to, have to, 你就要用原本的字。Okay, I'm sure you remember, but I still want you to copy these words into your exercise book. Okay, so after you have copied, then take a look at sentence A. Does she do her homework every day? So she does her homework. 真正的应该是 she does her homework. But in this sentence, we do not use does. Why? Because there is the verb does in front. Okay, the auxiliary verb does is here. So therefore, you can circle, and because of the word does, we use the base form verb do. Does she do her homework every day? Another example. My sister can do her homework at night. See, my sister can do her homework at night. So my sister is singular subject. My sister does. But in this case, again, we don't use does. We don't use does, but we use do. Why? The word can. Can you see the word can here? So after the word can, we use the base form verb. Alright, so therefore the answer, my sister can do her homework at night. Alright, so these are the two examples of sentences that use the base form. So I want you to copy the two sentences into your exercise book again before you move on. Leave a line, forms of verbs. You are going to write all this on your own. Okay, I give you the word read, R-E-A-D, read, 读。时常发生一个事实 that's present. Okay, what are you going to write for number one? So write number one, 华语可以不要写哈，写英文就好。Number one, you give me the verb, you ask 没有 asked, 对吗？就是时常发生一个事实，就是用动词 you read and then 有一个是 you asked. Alright, then leave a line. Number two, 过去的事，就是 past tense. So what is the past tense for read? If you remember, I've told you before, past tense of read, same spelling, but you read as read. 同样的字，读的时候是读 read. Okay, leave a line. Number three. 如果现在正在发生的话，这个 read 会变怎么样 ？Number three. So leave a line number three and write is MR 动词是 ing 对吗 Okay, so that's for the three types of tenses that you have learned. And I want you to copy this again into your exercise book. Leave a line. Fill in the blanks with the correct verb form. And you are using the verb read, which means it should be read, reads, read, is MR reading. So these are the different verb form that you're going to use for the 8 sentences below. Now, I'm not going to read the sentences with you, okay, but I only want to highlight the important word that will tell you the answer. Okay, for example, number one, now. So please remember when I talk about now, 现在应该用怎么样的? So can you please write the answer? Okay, maybe you can listen to me first, yeah? Alright, okay, so I'm going to tell you all the important words in all these 8 sentences. Then you pause and you write. You copy all the sentences on your own and do it. Okay, number 2, the important word is always 时常. So when 时常发生, okay, and you check the verb sleeps also with S. Okay, number 3, now. Is it a noun? Number 4, does not. Okay, does can could be would shall should do does did 那个 does. Okay, telling you about what base form. Number 5, just now. 刚才. Number 6, she took out the letter. Took is past tense. 拿出那封信 and started 开始 started to 开始读 okay, so 那个读应该什么 okay, are you talking about past tense? Took is past tense, but don't forget to, ought to, need to, have to. Okay, think and write the answer on your own. Number 7, in a week 就是一个星期里面我读很多故事书，是一个事实来的，真的，一个星期读很多故事书。And the last one, see the word yesterday. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you the answer, but I want you to copy all the sentences into your exercise book. Write the answer on your own. So don't forget, there are only 3 types of tenses. 就是时常发生的一个事实，已经发生或者现在正在发生。So if you have forgotten, take a look at your notes that you have copied. Right? Surely you'll be able to complete these questions on your own. Take out your level 3 workbook. Turn to page 43. Right, okay, so take a look at page 43. You can see pictures, right, on your left hand side, and on the right hand side, you're going to use those 2 words, the 2 words, right, for each picture to write a sentence. So remember, when you write the sentence, it has to be a good sentence with good grammar. And we're using the 3 types of tenses that you have learned. 1, the simple present tense, the simple past tense, or the present continuous tense. That means the action happening now. Okay, now when I tell you, okay, the words, you can listen to me and then you write it out on your own. Okay, maybe I will do together with you question number 1. Number 1, can you see the word market and the word morning? Okay, the first thing that you need to do is you think of a subject. So who? Maybe you can say my mother. All right, what is the verb? There's no verb. There's only market. So you need to think of a verb. So Chinese, maybe you can talk about what? 去, 对吗? So 去, then you have to check. Go, goes, went, or going. Is Emma going? But you see at morning, see? So maybe you want to talk about every morning. So if every morning, habitual action, my mother goes where? To the market. Goes to the market. 其实 every morning. Full stop. Okay, so you see, this is how you write a sentence using what you have learned. So 我们讲的是 simple present tense. So you S 跟没有 S 的动词. So when you write the answer, write it properly. My mother goes to the market every morning. Full stop. Okay, please make sure your handwriting is good and you touch the line given. Okay, so that's the first answer. You can pause for a while, okay? Write the sentence first before you move on to number 2. Sentence number 2. You're going to listen to me and write on your own. Pray and the word most. Read as most. Pray 就是祈祷. Okay, so look at the picture. Maybe you can talk about who. Give a name. Ali and his father. Okay, 一定要是去回教堂，所以一定是马来人来的。Okay, so Ali and his father. Subject. Verb. 祈祷 pray 没有 s 的，对吗 ？Okay， 在哪里？在哪里祈祷 ？In the mosque. So maybe if you want to talk about 每个星期五，对吗？他们每个星期五都去 mosque 祈祷。So every Friday. So subject 阿里跟他爸爸 verb 祈祷在哪里 ？In the mosque. 几时？每个星期五。Okay, full stop. Done. Number 3. Barber cutting. Barber means 剪头发的那个男孩子。Okay, barber 大多数是剪男孩子的头发的。So barber. So the barber. That's the subject. Okay, the barber subject verb. So see the word cutting 动词来的。就有 ing 的前面一定要放什么 is mr. So remember to use is or am or are. So the barber 一个 barber 帮他说 is okay is cutting 谁的头发 You can say my hair, my brother's hair. Okay 讲谁的头发 my hair 最简单的 my hair. Now 加个 now 现在 full stop. Number 4. Borrow. See the word borrow. Borrow is past tense. Ed. You ed 这是 past tense and then library. 借 library. So 已经过了. So maybe you can want to use you can use just now 或者 yesterday. Okay, 放在后面。但是 subject 写先 who. You want to give a name to the boy? John, Peter. 借就是 borrow. Okay, 借什么 books or a book. From where? From the library. 几时讲时间 Okay, so subject 谁然后借什么书故事书也可以2本书也可以 or some books 也可以 a book 也是 OK. From where 一定要 from F-R-O-M from the 图书馆叫做 library. 几时 you can give a time because the verb borrow 是 past tense 来的，所以一定要用 past tense， 不可以 every day. You can use yesterday, you can use just now, you can say last week. Okay, up to you. Put a full stop. And the last one, bought. Cake. Bought is not buy, it's bought. So buy, buys, bought. So bought 就是 past tense 对吗？ So which means afterwards you can also use the time. 如果它 bought 是 past tense, 所以等下我们不可以讲 every day, 不可以用 always. So maybe you can talk about just now again, yesterday, last Sunday. Okay, last Sunday. So 谁买啊 Anybody, my mother 我妈妈上个星期日买了一个 cake. If you want to write a chocolate cake 都可以 a strawberry cake. Okay, you do not know how to spell chocolate, don't know how to spell a strawberry, then just write a cake last Sunday. Okay, so subject 最重要的是句子要对哦。Subject 我妈妈 ，verb 买什么？一个 cake，一个 chocolate cake，只是上个星期日。Full stop. Okay, so these are the answers to your questions from number 1 to number 5. So you need to write on your own. 自己写. Then once you're finished, later you will have to take a photo of this page and send to me. And I also want you to read this page for me. Okay, read the sentences, right? Turn to the next page, page 44. You're going to write another 5 sentences. Okay, let's take a look at number 1. Talking, telephone. Talking, a verb with ing. So if you remember, the verb with ing needs is, am, are in front. Okay, so you're going to give a name to the girl first. Maybe you can give Sally as the girl's name. Sally, verb is talking on the telephone now. 现在正在讲电话，它的意思。So subject Sally, verb is talking, then on the telephone now. Okay, that's how you write a good sentence. Okay, so use one of the tenses that you have learned and you write it out. We move on to number 2. Clock and the word wall. So check 时钟，那个时钟在哪里？在墙壁。On the wall. Alright, okay, so this sentence is present tense showing a fact, 一事实。So you need to have your subject first. 这个 subject 就是那个时钟。So the clock. What is the verb? 时钟在墙壁上面。So the verb is 没有动词的哈。So 当没有动词的时候要用什么？记得吗？ Is, am, are. So is, am, are 就是当着动词了。So is or am or are the clock. The clock is or the clock are or the clock am. Then only you write on the wall. Okay, so this sentence is a very simple sentence, but you still need to have a verb to be. So it's is, am, are. 自己用不了 ，OK， 没有加 ing 的，就是自己的 is 或者 am 或者 are。Number 3, greet and the word teacher. Greet 打招呼，可以来 greet 老师啊，就是跟老师打招呼 ，Good morning, hello, hi, okay, good afternoon. Those are greetings. Okay, so greet is a verb 动词来的 ，so no s 就是 present tense showing habitual action 也可以 ，affect 也可以。如果你要讲每天早上那些学生跟老师打招呼或者请安也可以。Alright, or you don't want, you just want to say that 那些学生跟老师请安，就是打招呼 full stop 也可以。You don't want to write the word every morning. Okay, it's not wrong. Okay, so write your subject now. 那些学生 can write students as 很多的学生 so the verb greet who 他们的老师 okay then you want to add in 每天早上 write on your own if you want if you do not want then put a full stop 就是那些学生跟向老师打招呼或者请安 full stop Number 4. Okay, look at number 4. This sentence is a bit long because you need to think of how to write. Two words given. Said. Said 是讲说的意思，讲话的是说。Okay, home 就是家。So what do you think? Check and see. 他跟他讲什么？给 who 谁跟谁讲 So if you want to talk about 你自己的讲我跟我的朋友讲什么？讲 goodbye 对啊，讲再见 before 回家，对吗？就是还没有回家之前，我向我的朋友说再见。Okay, quite a long sentence. Okay, so very simple. You just need to write. Okay, you listen to me. I give you 1 or 2 words in order to help you. Okay, subject 我。Okay, you write now 我。Verb said. Okay, 我讲啊。Said what? 再见。That's the word goodbye. To who? 就想啊 to who? 你跟谁讲 goodbye? To 我的朋友。Before going home. 就是还没有回家之前。Full stop. Okay, I repeat this sentence. You listen and you're going to write this sentence on your own. Talk about subject 我讲就是 said said goodbye to who 这些啊 to 我的朋友 before going 还没有回家 so before going home full stop. Okay, so this for sentence number 4. And the last one. Okay, this is quite easy. Helps with S. Who helps? Cannot use I. 你不可以用 I 啊，有 I U V they help 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 没有 S 的，看到吗？所以你一定要用 he, she, it or any one person. So you can give a name to that boy, or you just need to write the word he helps. You ask the helps who 帮谁？自己看。To do what? To carry. See, so after to base form 那个 carry 没有 s 的 to carry what 看一下他帮他的老师拿什么书 Okay, you write this sentence on your own. Leave a line. Fill in the blanks with the correct verb form, and you are using the verb read, which means it should be read, reads, read, is are reading. So these are the different verb form that you're going to use for the 8 sentences below. Now, I'm not going to read the sentences with you, okay, but I only want to highlight the important word that will tell you the answer. Okay, for example, number 1, now. So please remember when I talk about now, 现在应该用怎么样的? So can you please write the answer? Okay, maybe you can listen to me first, yeah? Alright, okay, so I'm going to tell you all the important words in all these 8 sentences. Then you pause and you write. You copy all the sentences on your own and do it. Okay, number 2, the important word is always 时常. So when 时常发生, okay, and you check the verb sleeps also with S. Okay, number 3, now. Is it now? Number 4, does not. Okay, does can, could, will, would, shall, should, do, does, did. 那个 does. Okay, telling you about what? Base form. Number 5, just now. 刚才. Number 6, she took out the letter. Took is past tense. 拿出那封信 and started 开始 started to 开始读 Okay, so 那个读应该什么 Okay, are you talking about past tense? Took is past tense. But don't forget to, ought to, need to, have to. Okay, think and write the answer on your own. Number 7, in a week 就是一个星期里面。我读很多故事书。 是一个事实来的，真的，一个星期读很多故事书。And the last one, see the word yesterday. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you the answer, but I want you to copy all the sentences into your exercise book. Write the answer on your own. So don't forget, there are only 3 types of tenses. 就是时常发生的一个事实，已经发生或者现在正在发生。So if you have forgotten, take a look at your notes that you have copied. Right? Surely you'll be able to complete these questions on your own. Homework to be sent today. You have to take a picture of these 2 pages. One is the forms of verbs for the word read, and the last page where you answer the 8 questions. Okay? Alright, so that's all. Thank you.